Welcome back to the Asia Pacific Youth Touch Cup, and we have mixed 20s action now, which has just kicked off between Australia and New Zealand. Really looking forward to this game. Harley Wall has remained in commentary with me for this game, and we'll see how New Zealand's first possession unfolds. Very boisterous out on the field to start this game, these two teams. Ooh, the link ball might have been on. Beautiful work and come off the left foot. They continue on. Huge left to right. Pretty enterprising play. They threw a few questions out there to start this game, New Zealand.
Yeah, part of their attacking plan will be to get the Australian team moving left to right, moving laterally. And equally for Australia, part of their game plan for all their teams is transitioning really well, as we can see here again from their 20 minutes.
Yeah, out of the box nicely. Having to pull up the brakes there. Edwards. Nebel from half. Goes early ball. Lennon just takes him on, puts the ball in the left hand, and the Australians will get the opening try on the board. And Chris Lennon, who we saw earlier in the coverage today, 6 tries in that game he scored. And he gets another one to his name to start this one.
Lennon.
Just a great setup here. And great early release there from Hemi Nebel as well to find Chris Lennon in the right space at the right time for Australia to score their first.
Archie Body can play it. Just running to the line, caught in acting half position. William Prisk wearing the number 11 for New Zealand. So they skip out the back. Nice read. George Reedy stopped the flow momentarily there for Australia, and they feed off the back of that, and on the very next play they pick up good possession. They start their set in Australia's end of the field, so job well done defensively there from the Kiwis. They just have to scramble now a little bit as the changes come onto the field. See Dylan Ruben Menzies makes his way out there in the 6. He's in the acting half position now, feeds it. And they do earn themselves a penalty, not moving forward off the line. The Emus. As New Zealand restart. Missy Kinney sends it early. Danica Gordon couldn't do too much about that one, just sailed over her head. We've seen that a couple of times through some of the grades today. With a repeat set, chancing their hand early on touch, just throwing big bombs from the middle of the field. Too sure whether those ones needed. They had a full set to work with there.
Yeah. Whether or not that's part of the direction given from the coach is probably another question. But equally here, just New Zealand getting caught in the ruck there, so a penalty given towards Australia in a great position for them to strike again.
And set themselves up. It's Turner feeds it. Go away from him now and pick up and go into the in-goal area. Nice little switch back on the inside. And Zach Hunter finishes it off for the Australians for taking off and putting the gas there. William Hickey setting that one up nicely for the Aussies.
A really clever switch play here when we get the opportunity to see the replay.
10, Zachary Hunter.
Australia make it look like they're going to go for a sweep play, but change directions here, get on the outside of the middle and team up again to score a great try.
Australia take an early lead of 2 tries to 0 over New Zealand. Just getting the ball away. Tihaki moves from half. Looking to set up coming in towards the back end of the set. Harrison plays it. Tihaki, a little bit of space out there, but a nice defensive read from Derdovic coming in. But again, Australia giving away a penalty off the line. And not for the first time in the early stages of this game. They have given away a penalty. Defending their line on a full set of 6 here for New Zealand to work with. Put the ball through the hands. George Reedy will play it. Steps back in field. A little bit of footwork here and does get in underneath. Beautiful work from George Reedy. You can just see that the Australian defenders were holding back on the line. Took full advantage and gets the first try on the board for New Zealand.
Number 8, George Reedy.
Just great eyes up play here. He can see that the defence is not quite getting onside. Got the ball back off the counties play and just slid right underneath Josh Turner there for a great try for New Zealand.
They needed that one just to get them into the game. 2-1 now on the scoreboard, and they'll feel like they're into it. Now after a fast start from the Australians. They go away from the sweeper. They're well covered here. That's a great touch. Huge touch as Nebel trying to get on the outside. And Lennon, try scorer for the Australians. Feeds it to Nebel this time. Beautiful right to left. The referees will come back in the midfield for a forward pass.
Yeah, unfortunate into the set there from Australia because the setup and everything that they did in the lead up to the forward pass was perfect. New Zealand fortunate a little bit to get away with that one, but we can see great meters made here by Ruben Menzies.
Perfect. They're feeding off the next touch as well as they flow out of the box. Brief was following up their very next play. The ball comes out of their hands, but they do earn a penalty, New Zealand. So they've been a little bit undisciplined down this end of the field in defence, the Australians. Giving away quite a few penalties. Last time around, New Zealand made them pay off the repeat set. See how they go around this time off the left foot again, diving into the line. It was Reedy again. You can tell he's dangerous down this attacking end of the field. Australia again giving away the penalty and strong contact coming in. Bruce is caught in possession. Comes back in field. There's been a little bit of contact in there. A foot in the ruck.
Yeah, some consecutive penalties here against Australia. Let's see if New Zealand can maximise their opportunity here.
Again, we see them go long and early in the touch count. Doesn't connect up. Australia managed to hold on. Nice meters down the left-hand side and the footwork as well, looking to continue on. There's space out here. It's probably the right decision in the end there to hold on to the ball. To get it down, Lennon. Oh goodness, he's dangerous when he's got ball in hand. Now attacking the line. Has the touch been made? Yes. No, he's going to indicate to the referee that he hasn't. Great honesty and good sportsmanship. That's what our sport is built on. Australia get the third try on the board.
Although New Zealand will be disappointed to concede another try.
Jackson Walker.
Again, we have to make mention of the honesty there. But having a look at this play, the way that it's set up for the sweep, just great space and great timing from the Australians on the attack, and Jackson Walker just has to walk over the line. Unfortunately, George Reedy tries to make the stretch out but couldn't quite make contact.
No touch being claimed from Australia. Play on is the call from the referees. Sycamore receives it back, pumps it, and another penalty off the line. Try scorer Walker. And the ball falling in his hands. And I think he may have been the one that might be called offside. So the sweep, play back in the middle of the field. Come up and make the touch. Tiahaki. His ball in hand, feeds it off. Harrison plays it, receives it back. Harrison diving in at the line. They just take their time to come back out to the 7 metre line.
Yeah, they haven't had much luck with the long balls, so they're trying to stick to the short pace, but equally that's not quite paying off yet for New Zealand.
Let's pick up and go. Space, just the pass.
Yeah.
Just wasn't quite there. It was a nice little play because the left link out here, me and McCausland ran a nice line and it sucked the Australian defence in. Nice crisp flat ball, and they might have had a little bit of something to work with. New Zealand, that ball's bobbling around. Just took a little while for the acting half to get into position. Tyler Brown. Just flow out of the back. Third of it gets them going forward as they switch in with Turner. It's good contact though. Turner picks it up cleanly from half. Players offside from New Zealand. It does take a deflection off their hands. Another full set of 6 to work with here for the Emus.
Let's see what options Australia can create off attack here as they set up their play through William Hickey.
Turner plays it and come down this right hand side when it comes off the right foot and trying to be pretty fancy with the play there, the Australians flicking it out the back. Then you go forward, or pushing the pass. And he gets thrown back straight away from Mia McCausland. Probably like to have her time back.
Areas at that part of the field can be really costly, especially if you've got players still coming back onto the field and aren't yet set. But it looks like New Zealand's managed to recover.
Huge ball out to the left-hand side with work to do. Great touch coming across in cover. And then Tiana
Big left! Big left!
That's the touch.
Dropping left!
Can they continue to hold out defensively here? New Zealand, little bump ball, turn up. They've got the 3-on-2. It does take a deflection. So they knock the ball down. More pressure here, defending the line for the Kiwis. They'll burn a couple of touches here, Australia. They're getting replacement players back out onto the field. Chris Lennon is out there with Edwards. Lennon here punching through the middle. They'll look for Faze. Nebel gets it down. Lennon does a good job to put it through the hands, but great defence from New Zealand. And forces Australia to reset. Again, good contact on Lennon and forces the mistake. Great defensive work there from New Zealand. To be able to shut the couple of players down where Australia looked like they were going to score. Yes, they had to defend their line, but they looked comfortable and they regained possession. Now they're trying to get downfield. Good meters and evasive work. They continue on. Grieve, just having to come back to the mark. They'll take a little bit of a sting out. They look to get clean play of the ball, which they do. Nice looping ball over the top and taken nicely. The touch has been claimed, but the ball is down first. And a lovely response from New Zealand. What a great set that was, but it really comes off the back of those great defensive efforts they made down the other end of the field.
Yeah, that's an absolute end-to-end masterclass from New Zealand, firstly on defence, but equally what an incredible pass over the top here from Liam Prisk. Right out to the right-hand side wing to Tiana Tiro. Wonderful try from New Zealand. Let's see if they can hold off Australia here again.
Tiro had a lot of work to do as well. It was dipping away. She was full stretch diving across, but Australia almost punching through the middle. New Zealand give away the penalty. Again, you can see the on-field referee communicate very well with the players out there. Propping and dancing around is Riley Madden. And Australia hits straight back. Flick it back to the halfway line. This is New Zealand trying to get themselves back into the game. Australia go down the other end, and Madden strikes and pushes that margin back out to 2.
Yeah, disappointing response from New Zealand. You could see that Oscar Sycamore on the replay here, if it appears, was a little bit too slow to respond there to shut down that space in the middle. So Australia just taking another dive and a great try again, extending their lead now 4-2.
See the replay there with Madden. Crossing the stripe. Back to live action. New Zealand looking to continue and play this positive football through defensive read. And that was on the last touch as well for them. And Australia straight back onto the football. Big changes onto the park. For the team in the green and gold. Third of it. She gets good meters. Around that second and third touch as they flow out. Lovely pick up. Had to get hands on the ball to knock that one down. Max Hosking.
Balance and compose.
You might hear messages through the coaching staff here in New Zealand. Just to keep the composure and even looking to chill. Just keep nice and chilled. Took a little while to get to the acting half. Good touch. It's taken a little deflection though. So another full set to work with for Australia. He switches in. Turner. Step out. And good defence. Nice and calm.
Almost there. Nice and composed and balanced.
Quinn comes up to make the touch.
Who's the ball player?
Turner has had his hands on the ball. Again, another deflection. We saw not too long ago, New Zealand managed this situation quite well. They end up holding the Australians out. They end up scoring off the very next set. They'll need a big effort defensively Then they do it again, taking it right to the line was Turner. But again, the scramble defence from New Zealand, bodies all over the place. Dylan Ruben Menzies was coming in also to support and make the touch. Hunter plays it. Turner again. Oh, play on's the call. That's so unfortunate. If they did everything right, just short of the line at the end of the day.
Emus try to number 2, Josh Turner.
Yeah, that is an unfortunate end to the set because everything leading up to that point, New Zealand were doing a really good job defensively. Josh Turner, though, equally good listening skills to the referee. Heard that the player was just caught offside and manages to run through Max Hosking there for another try for Australia.
Positive restart. Ooh, they get the penalty regardless. Fingertips there of Lennon. It was interesting to see how he would be in open space.
Yeah, hard to catch, I'd say.
Yeah, absolutely. Comes up and looks to make the touch. Does now on Reedy. George off the left foot. Pulls back on the inside. Oh, New Zealand. Fortunately, given the football straight back to Australia. There was a loose ball and the forward pass was called. Goes Lennon, he managed to contain him this time around. As Nebel gets the Australian team over the halfway line. Edwards sends the ball back inside. Nebel, the kick away. They come up and make the touch. The contact was strong. There's space out here for Australia. Oh, lovely footwork. Great cover defence. The penalty has been given. Tyler Brown squeezing in between defenders. Full set of 6 here for the Emus.
Ball player!
Nebel steps back out and takes him on early in the touch count. And all of a sudden the Australians are starting to flex their muscles a little bit and they're stretching away from New Zealand.
Australia doing a really good job of finding the adjustments really quickly in this game. They can see that there's some certain players who they're having trouble scoring on. There's some certain players that they might get a bit of luck on. They managed to isolate George Reedy here just on this left-hand side, and he manages to get on the very outside of him. He had no chance of making their touch. So a great try again from Australia.
6-2 the score. Now as Australia go up by 4. Looking to strike back as the clock starts to wind down here in the first half. So play outside the 7. Harrison scheming, puts the ball in one hand. Oh, I think the referee's happy. And they needed that. And one of their captains, Riley Harrison, gets it done. That's a lovely try.
He's been a leader for them defensively, but also having to stand up and take charge on attack here, teaming up well. With Zach Tahaki, just finds the space again. The shutter's a little bit too slow to respond there, and the referee's pointed the spot and award the try.
This keeps him within striking distance, 6-3. It's definitely not going to be enough of a margin for the Australians. I feel like they are comfortable in this game. Again, another play coming out the line.
Even though they're ending up with a recount on the line, you can see New Zealand actually lifting off the line just to take that space away from Australia.
Yes, we are.
Good touch from McCausland. Comfortable.
New Zealand, bigger comms! Bigger comms!
Making that touch. Defending out in the left wing position. Madden sends it back infield. Good contact. Forces the Australians to pull up. Jacob Madden.
Don't worry about me, she's locked in.
We'll tap now and restart. Penalty given to the Australians.
Oh, the boys clamped though.
As the two Maddens work together in the middle of the field. Riley and Jacob setting it up for the Australians.
Emus try to number 8.
7th try on the board.
And a great try this is too as well from Australia. Causing a little bit of confusion, looking like they're going to shift towards the left-hand side, and the help just comes a little bit too late there from New Zealand. Another great try from Australia through Jacob Madden.
The Kiwis will be looking to finish off in the half in positive fashion. Chibody, earns his team the penalty. Australia retrieving within their 7-metre defensive zone. George Reedy assessing, scheming. The hooter sounds in the background. They earn themselves another penalty. Quick tap and go. Throwing a huge bomb. Falls into the hands. Positive play here for New Zealand. But Australia come across and shut the play down. So a pretty entertaining first half here, and the positive moments for them where you felt like they were getting themselves back into the game, but it was just clinical from the Australians in the back end of the first half, which, you know, gave them that comprehensive halftime score.
Yeah, in general, I think that the foundation defensively is pretty sound for New Zealand. They just get caught out here and there against Australia, and it's enough to, you know, be the difference of a few more tries. So if they can maintain their composure particularly, then I think they'll be able to withstand the Australian attack.
They're back underway. Australia with the first possession here in the second half. Nebel working with Horatio Edwards in the middle of the field. And skip away from Lennon, who does receive possession now. Comes in field. It's Lennon. Plays it out the back. They're doing pretty well so far defensively in this set to start. New Zealand, ball out in front of Lennon. Had to do some work. Good contact. Too much in there, unfortunately. Might even be for not moving forward off the line. So another full set to work with. As Australia look to attack early. Edwards comes back in field. Getting the pressure is there from New Zealand. Nebel, Lennon, so dangerous in this space. And they can't manage to contain him. And Australia, they do score first. I think he might have scored the first try in the first half, and he does the same here in the second.
Yeah, definitely one of the strike tech weapons for Australia here. You can just see they saw the space on the outside there of Oscar Sycamore. And an easy 1-2 quickie punch there from Australia for another dot down.
So first try on the board to kickstart the second half. It's their 8th try in total for the match. New Zealand, Archie Body who plays it. Come back in field. George Reedy, who had some good moments in the first half for New Zealand. Let's see how he goes. Gets himself into the in-goal area. Reedy just throws one over the top. Probably looking for the outside support.
Yeah, just couldn't quite connect there with Mia Ishihara, but awesome to see some enterprising and unexpected play from George Reedy.
And then again, trying to get away from the defence. So Australia get over the halfway line with Walker. Madden will play it. Lovely left to right. It's Riley Madden in the 11. Jacob Madden coming in support in the number 8. We saw the brothers combine up nicely in the first half for a try as well.
Having that kind of connection and this pod for Australia is really working well with them. Oh, boys, what's going on?
Oh.
Just a lot of confusion there. Just something simple as a tap. And they made a bit of a mess of it, unfortunately. So Australia back with the ball in position and in a great place for them.
Jacob Madden takes him on and does so effectively. Back-to-back tries for the Australians to start the second half.
Number 8, Jacob Madden.
Very similar setup and a very similar try to the first one that Australia scored in this first half. Just quick feet to get on the outside of the defender there. Gets right out on the outside of Archie Body. Excellent position from an attacking player for another try for Australia.
Just need to get themselves back into the game. And again, an unfortunate error over the mark. And similar-ish type feel to the early stages of the first half where Australia came out all guns blazing. It wasn't towards the back end of the half that New Zealand started to feel a little bit more comfortable. Well, probably about midway through. Looking to try and just control the football, get themselves into the game. Their defence throughout the first half, though, they showed some really good signs, but they're slicing through like a hot knife through butter. Great recovery, though, coming back across, but the penalty has been given. A little bit of contact potentially off the ball.
One thing worth mentioning is Australia do a really good job of ball security. You know, they don't drop the ball a lot. There's very few errors, and from that they can play the ball.
Nice hands here from the Aussies. The referee has picked up a forward pass, which is unfortunate because it looked pretty slick. And the left-hand side. And Danita Smith getting involved. And Jessica Wardrobe down here on the left-hand side of the field. But roll down the field this time around from New Zealand, coming against the grain. Ooh, yeah, there was a space on the inside potentially for Sycamore. He was looking for it. Madison Grieve couldn't connect up. Better set though from the New Zealand team. Through the hands they go now. Getting away from the first defender. Dirtovic down the sideline. Sub good meters. The running game here from the Australian team. Well, this is Dirtovic now. My apologies. Australia look to continue with the flow. Nebel puts the brakes on. He's back up with Edwards. Hemi shows it. Takes it right to the line. Forces the mistake, and the penalty will be given to New Zealand. Take the first tap off the restart. Nice and direct and through the middle. Mistake though from Sycamore. Throws the head back. Australia in good attacking position. It's Prestwich. Them going forward. Lennon, amazing job to be able to get across. And let's also get he lost his feet a little bit on the previous touch. And pops back up
Try, number 1.
and gets the 10th try on the board for the Australian team.
And just great awareness here of where the line is. So he managed to stop his momentum at the right time, at the right space, and got right underneath the defender and got the ball down just in the right spot.
New Zealand off the restart. Looking for any sign of spark to get themselves back into the game, and almost happening there for them. And we'll come back a little bit early for the forward pass. Forward pass signal almost taking out one of the New Zealand players there by the look of it. Dylan Ruben Menzies. We might put the referee on a report for that, high contact.
We can see here Australia just going away from their box on this play. So offering some variation on their attack throughout the field as well.
Maddens again in the middle, holding off Jacob. He throws it out, and by slide defence comes across and makes the touch. Got some work to do here, New Zealand. They get themselves going forward. And they come back to the mark on the first touch. And it just stops that stem and flow. And there's only two New Zealand attackers really working together as the changes now work their way out onto the field. And Sycamore gets a flat ball, and unfortunately the referees, they say it was a little bit more than flat. Forward is the call, out of the hands.
New Zealand really struggling in the second half and getting their players on. And when the timing's off, so is the pass. As we see again for Australia, a similar issue there. Just a little bit of errors on the timing. And a lot of that's impacting the way that the ball is moving across the field.
Nice ball movement though. Oh, it's unfortunate. And he did a good job to put the ball through the hands. And he got right over to the side of the field. And they would have been looking to make some changes. But again, it is a costly error potentially for them. It's Turner. It's a nice little pop-out ball. It attacks the line. It's a good touch though from McCausland. She's been pretty good defensively, defending out in the link position tonight.
Australia just taking their time coming back to play the ball, finding some composure before setting up their attack.
Contact on Turner. Pushes him out though, receives the ball back, and they turn it back on the inside to Hickey. To set up towards the back end of the touch count. Turner heavily involved. They hold off him, took a little bit of a deflection potentially in the air. And the penalty has been given. So they've been camped down this end of the field. throughout the second half, New Zealand. The pressure continues. This will help them though. Touch and pass has been given. Can they get themselves down the other end of the field? This could mean just going forward. Let's flow out of the box. Grieve. Oh, much better. Just having to reach back for it, unfortunately. It was much more intent, particularly with the players coming out. Reedy doing a good job coming into the last. Just play the ball not quite as clean as what they were hoping for. Almost just overrunning it at the end of the day.
Yeah, and equally some great defensive pressure from Zach Hunter that caused New Zealand's error there.
It's Madden. It's Lennon. My apologies. Gets across field. And they just make meters without really having to do too much, just by throwing the ball through their hands. Trying to get on the outside the shoulders of the defenders. Lennon rips left to right. Beautiful ball. And it's forward, unfortunately. Not happy with the call. Haven't seen too many referees overturn the decision. Lennon thought that one came out of the hands pretty nicely. It looked pretty good from where we were. Referees in much closer position than what we are. Make the call of forward. Causland, great meters. And we saw this last time around. They punched with a bit more intent and taking on the line. Oh, had to recover there. Max Hosking showing great little turn of speed. Skipping across field, and two number 6s coming together. Dylan Ruben Menzies caught in possession, and they give a cheap penalty away as well for not returning the ball back.
Although they didn't score and there was a penalty off the end of the set, New Zealand did a really good job of playing eyes up footy, finding those extra meters, finding that extra pass. If they can maintain that in the second half, they can score a few more.
The two Maddens working again in the middle of the field. Jacob Riley has to reach for it, bobbles left to right, over the top. This one is going to be called forward as well. So it's continuing to create opportunities in the Australians, but the final pass has eluded them on the last two occasions. Just having to take an extra couple of steps to get into the acting half position. Australia flooding up, New Zealand on the retrieve.
Yeah, New Zealand losing a little connectivity here. Only just crossing halfway on the fifth touch. But equally, the Australians' defensive system with the wave is really working and paying off for them.
So already into attacking position, the Emus. Jacob Madden plays it. Riley from half. They go the early ball. And again, it's 3 times in a row. They have gone the big left to right. It hasn't worked for them coming out of the hands. I wonder if you might see them look to go a little short play or a little bit of phase off the back. Just haven't been able to get that final pass going at the moment. Oh, had a few strikes there to try and make the touch there, Jackson Walker. Oh, good hands. Good awareness as well, just to be aware in case the ball came out the back, which it did. Well, I got to say, ball down and threw it straight back inside. Jacob Madden. So it wasn't played at. Tough call. And Australia back in possession. Hickey away from the first defender. Does not get away from the second. Nice work there from Lachlan Freshwater on field. Wants them to get back to their feet and play on. Turner plays it. Hickey was looking to pop it back over the top. And good awareness to know the defence wasn't there for them. The 11th try on the board.
Will Hickey.
Nice two-player kind of attack here. Unfortunately, Archie Body just slips over on the line. He probably would have got him had he not fallen. But equally, Australia with a nice little shifty play there to score another.
11-3 is the current score. Plenty of time here for New Zealand. And we're looking to finish it off strongly. No touch has been made. Milic Misakini still in possession. Oh, short ball might have been on there. They just ended up overrunning. Fifth and final touch for them. Just feel like they're not really getting the rub of the green at the moment, New Zealand.
Oh, but equally, you know, some of the platform that they're trying to work from isn't quite what you need when you're playing against Australia. So while you might not get a call, you shouldn't be expecting it. You should be trying to work towards your strengths at the same time.
I feel they go with Hunter, Turner. Some forward as well. It's just relentless from Australia, but this time around an interchange infringement. Too many players on the field at one time. New Zealand tap right on the halfway line. Look to put the ball through their hands now, getting themselves going forward. Milic Misakini. Good meters down the sideline from Mia Ishihara. New Zealand, can they look to strike? The early ball didn't come out of the hands cleanly. And it will be a forward pass. Australia will come back in towards the middle of the field. Tap and restart.
And again, they're looking to run away from their sub box, just to keep the New Zealand defence guessing.
Edwards puts it through the hands. Lennon, ever evasive. There he is, pulling it in yet again. We'll play it. Nebel sends it. Edwards, good touch made. Harrison, and coming into the final touch of the set. That's to make it. As Nebel sends it over the sponsorship signage. Gives the Australians a quick breather and a chance to get the defensive line in position. New Zealand now on the second touch. So they make their way over the Bristol Paints sponsorship signage, and another mistake there in the play of the ball. Errors just crippled them in the second half, haven't they? They just haven't been able to get a full control of their game.
That's really been one of the key differences between Australia and New Zealand. Australia's just been really good at looking after the ball.
Lennon comes back to the 7 metre line. Edwards dishes from half. A deadly combination. Nebel, Lennon and Edwards. And Lennon puts the hands up there. He was in a position to be able to take the inside ball from Hemi. Comes up to make the touch now. As New Zealand roll downfield. Anderson Grieve. It's been good getting them forward. This is again much better. We've seen glimpses of this from New Zealand. Out the back, they got the numbers, just coming in and getting hands on the football. Millie Durdovic. But much better, more intent, good running, particularly coming out of the interchange area.
Yeah, especially coming off the back there. New Zealand in a great opportunity to score on the last play. Let's see if they can team up again here.
Yes. Well done. It really just stems off the back of that great set that they had in the lead up. They got the repeat set, went nice and early. It was a really positive football from New Zealand. They get the first try in the second half. They've had to work for it, but good signs for them there in that little passage of play.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer of momentum, and I think that the yards on that last play was really what helped set them up for the try there. So if they can continue to apply that same intent coming onto the field, they can continue to score some more points.
Yeah, now they build off the back of this as well. A good defensive effort for them after scoring a try down the other end of the field. Much better on the first couple of touches. They get the third. Now the fourth over the halfway line. They continue to roll on. Reedy steps in field. Short ball was on. Luckily, Madden got his hands on the ball. See some space.
They've found a pattern that seems to be working, especially on the third and fourth touch. they set themselves up much better for attack and are in the right end of the field to play some footy.
Reedy has the dive in at the line. It's caught short. Frisk from half. Reedy plays it. A little bit of a bobble there. Australia give another penalty away. Oh no, what's happened here? There's been a couple of times throughout the game where it's just been dead plays almost. They just need to play the ball and get back onto it. Something's gone wrong for New Zealand. That can really deflate after what was a great little period for them. Early ball at the back and dipping away. So again, hoping, I was just about to say they'd be hoping to finish off in a positive fashion, which they did. That last little 5-minute period was a good one for them. The hooter does sound to bring the game to a conclusion, but the Australians were far too good in this game. The mixed 20s final score, 11 tries to 4.